Its cell envelope consists of a plasma membrane, which is coated by a thick murin layer, permeated by negatively charged macromolecules, the teichoic and lipoteichoic acids. The active ingredient, octenadine dihydrochloride, or octenadine for short, consists of two positively charged active centers. Therefore, it is able to dissolve in water. It's hydrophilic. However, due to its long hydrocarbon chains, octenadine is also lipophilic, in other words, having water-repellent characteristics. So what exactly happens when this molecule comes into contact with the wall of the bacterium? On the one hand, octenadine binds to the pathogen. The positively charged active ingredient attaches directly to the negatively charged bacterial teichoic and lipoteichoic acids and to other negatively charged molecules. On the other hand, the octenadine molecules pass through the murin layer and penetrate deep into the bacterial membrane. The combination of lipophilic and hydrophilic properties enables the molecule visible here to embed itself in the double lipid coating, puncturing holes into the membrane. Under the influence of octenadine, the whole bacterial coating becomes porous and unstable, and the germ is killed off.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
So, ma'am, can you please take question and answer, ma'am, please?
Definitely.
Thank you so much again, ma'am. Yes. For
ready for it.
The chat box.
Yes, ma'am. So there's a questions, ma'am, on the chat box.
Chat box. They're asking for sharing. They said very nice presentation, excellent presentation, like that. They have returned. Very excellent. Thank you, ma'am. Please share your PowerPoint. I think.
So somebody.
Sir, anybody else question?
Absolutely fantastic presentation. They have given about a, I don't know. There are no questions on it. There are no questions.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what is the line?
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, in cystitis, why should we use urinary alkalizers?
Actually, E. coli. This will multiply when the acidic urine is present. And when you use citralkali, the potassium citrate. Potassium is a strong base and citrate is a weak acid. So when this combination is being given, potassium citrate, that will make the urine slightly alkaline and it will remove the hydrogen ions from the urinary tract and makes it alkaline so that the E. coli organisms will not multiply and cannot it is not going to incite the cause of sepsis also. It is going to clear the organism from the urinary tract. That's the reason why we use the potassium citrate also as adjunct therapy along with the antibiotics.
But ma'am, it usually causes alkalization of the urine, so it will not, like, if we use the alkalization again, it will not make something other problems.
It will not cause a problem because it is going to eliminate the pathogen from the body. And also this E. coli is going to act as a nidus. It can form some stones also. So for the stone, prevention of stones also, this potassium citrate will be quite helpful.
Ma'am, OTC.
Yes.
Thank you.
Ma'am, OTC can be given in the baby disease?
Pardon?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. OTC can be given in the EKNS, ma'am.
Definitely. OTC. See, when the animal is presented with a very high rise of temperature, say the first day itself, it's an acute case of ehrlichiosis. It's being presented with a say temperature of 104 degrees Fahrenheit. mucous membrane is congested and it is very severe, lymph nodes are swollen, then definitely on the first day on your table, you can start with OTC.
For how many days?
Even for 3-4 days we can try, because this drug has to be tried for very long period and we cannot approach the vein every time with OTC. And the standard drug as per the 2002 consensus statement is doxycycline worldwide. That's why we are now switching over to doxycycline. Doxycycline is a suitable drug as per the consensus 2002 as well as the consensus 2016. You know, we are supposed to use doxycycline morning and evening after you reduce the temperature with the injectable OTC. After we give OTC, we can start using this oral doxycycline.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
What is the role of atropine sulfate before imidacloprid treatment, ma'am?
So when you give imidocarb, sometimes there will be severe parasympathomimetic effect that is going to promote the salivation. So when you give just imidocarb, you know, the animal will be severely salivating and there is cholinergic effect. To stop the cholinergic effect, we are trying this atropine sulfate. We are giving atropine sulfate initially and then we have to try with other.
Before how much time you have to give, ma'am?
Almost around 10 minutes before. Just you give the drug, atropine. After 10 minutes, you give this imidocarb. You can give it imidocarb subcutaneously or intramuscular. But atropine sulfate should be given only subcut. You can give it subcut. It gets absorbed.
At the rate of 0.04 mg per kg body weight, ma'am?
0.04 mg per kg body.
But some people are recommending using Evil, ma'am. Is it okay or only atropine?
Definitely for imidocarb, we have to use atropine. For Berinil, if you want to use diaminosin acetate, you can use anistatin. Because sometimes, you know, you will find some drastic effects with the diaminosin also in some patients. So to be on a safer side, we can use chlorpheniramine maleate for diaminosin and atropine sulfate for imidocarb.
If we are using the company of the Cadla company, Imidazole
is available.
Imidazole, yeah.
It's available in the market. Even 10 ml is available in the market.
Yeah,
contains 150 milligrams.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, in case of acute renal failure, complicated with the CME, canine monocytic erythrocyte, you recommended doxycycline or OTC or not?
See, whenever there is acute renal failure in patients, you know, the choice is not doxycycline. We are not supposed to use doxycycline. But then this animal has been suffering from Ehrlichia and there is no other alternative apart from doxycycline. So naturally we need to support only with the oxytetracycline or doxycycline only, because that's the standard drug therapy to be given for Ehrlichia patients. If there is acute renal failure, we need to treat it separately. Suppose it needs hemodialysis. Of course, for clinicians, it's definitely not possible at any side of your clinical practice. Only in colleges and referral units, they may have this hemodialysis. Also not possible. But then you have to use diuresis. That the animal should be passing a lot of urine, so for which you need to give a lot of fluid. And then remove the pathogen as much as possible through giving colloids also. You need to give a lot of fluids, promote diuresis, and then you give doxycycline. Of course, it's a very good question. Doxycycline causes renal damage.
Yes.
It's a very good question. It causes renal damage. But here the problem is Ehrlichia. If you don't use doxycycline, the patient is going to severely suffer from the disease. So what you have to do is you have to promote diuresis. Because acute renal failure, what is the salient?
I use doxycycline.
No. In acute renal failure, how do you find acute renal failure? The salient feature is oliguria to anuria. Animal will not pass urine. So you should make the patient to pass urine. How is that you can make the patient to pass urine? You can use some diuretic. You can use furosemide. You can use mannitol. You can use fluid therapy along with all these things. Try to make diuresis possible, and once it becomes all right, you know, when the levels are coming down, definitely we have to try one with the doxycycline. Yes. Next.
What is the choice of fluid in liver and kidney failure?
Liver failure. Definitely, Ringer's lactate should not be given in liver failures because there is lactate in it. And lactate has to get metabolized only in the liver. It will go to the liver, gets converted to bicarbonate. If you give Ringer's lactate, then it is going to aggravate the situation. It is going to promote metabolic acidosis. Okay, so definitely the choice is not Ringer's lactate in liver diseases. You need to go for DNS or you can go for dextrose 5%. In kidney problems, suppose you have got kidney issues, then what you have to do is we need to check the potassium status. In acute renal failure, because of the oliguria or anuria, because the patient is not passing urine, potassium will get stagnated in the bloodstream. It is going to promote hyperkalemia. So we are not supposed to give Ringer's lactate in oliguric patients. What you have to do is you have to assess the potassium status. If the values is definitely not more than 5 milliequivalents per liter, we can give Ringer's lactate. If it is very high, say 5, 5.5 and more, definitely Ringer's lactate is not advised. But bedside, how we can find hyperkalemia? ECG will be the best choice. We have to go for ECG. You do an ECG, if you find a peaked T wave, then definitely the patient is suffering from hyperkalemia. Okay, so don't give Ringer's lactate. Just choose DNS or dextrose or just NS. That will be the ideal choice.
Ma'am, a question is this: like the status, a German Shepherd 30 kg dog came to my hospital, and the suffering was from the EKNS, and the temperature was 104, and the severely urination, the red color urine, and he was not passing the urine. Then I passed the catheter, and the blood parameter was the hemoglobin was the 5.4, and the creatinine was the 5.4 also, and the blood urea was the 160.
So this patient is suffering from. So first of all, you should find if the temperature is 104 and the blood picture has gone down. Probably this animal is in the worst situation of anemia. Anemia. Definitely, this patient will be harboring some other parasite or leptospirosis also. Usually, ehrlichiosis, we don't find hemoglobinuria. We don't find a red urine because that is not a finding with ehrlichiosis. Definitely, this patient will have a concurrent infection with leptospirosis or babesiosis. That we have to intervene and then we have to find it. Otherwise, it is not going to be giving a good coverage.
But urine is not coming out normal situation. We are pushing the catheter, the urine is come out normally after the 2 days. We have given also the DNS and the RL also.
But initially you said there is hemoglobinuria, no sir, red urine. No. First you said there is red urine. First you said there is red urine. Now they said there is no urine formation. What is the, I don't know. You give a clear picture, then we can say something about it. What is a clear picture? Is it passed red urine or not passing urine at all?
Not passing urine at all.
Not passing.
But passing the urine, when we are putting the catheter, the urine is coming out normally.
Okay. So this patient is suffering from a chronic kidney disease also.
But the patient, not chronic, but patient is just seriously ill before the 4 days ago. And then 4 days, 4 days, the hemoglobin was 5.4. Now the 12.2. Today is the 12.2 hemoglobin. And but creatine, blood urea is 250 and the creatinine is 10.
Now the creatinine is 10.
Yeah.
This animal is worstly affected with acute renal failure.
Yes.
It is not chronic renal failure because it's been presented in a very short form. Chronic means it is there for a very long time. So it is an acute renal failure. That's what I told you. This animal is suffering from severe sepsis with renal involvement. It's a renal involvement. So this patient is suffering from sepsis. It's a severe sepsis, we can say. It is with a renal involvement. So the best possible thing is you need to go for a blood transfusion with hemodialysis. Hemodialysis is the only choice. But it's always a question in a veterinary field. Hemodialysis cannot be so easily done, in patients. in a veterinary patient. So this patient is suffering from acute renal because it's a short history of the not passing urine. You know, not passing urine itself indicates it's anuria. So this is the acute renal failure. When you find, because in chronic renal you find polyuria. In this you find acute anuria, means it is the acute renal failure. It is also a burst injury to the renal system mainly because of the cause of early issues.
What is the line of treatment and what should we go for the line of treatment for this?
In this case, ehrlichiosis is severe. It's also suffering from anuria. The best possibility, we have to give the prognosis. First, we have to give the prognosis to the owner that the patient may or may not recover. First, if it is possible, we have to give a hemodialysis. If hemodialysis is not possible, we can go for peritoneal dialysis. If peritoneal dialysis is also not possible, you have to promote diuresis by giving furosemide or mannitol or any other diuretic or spironolactone. We have to promote diuresis in this case first.
30 kg dog, mannitol should be the how much?
0.5 gram, 0.5 to 1 gram per kg body weight.
The 30 kg dog.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can we use steroid in babesiosis treatment, ma'am?
Babesiosis is, strictly speaking, we are not supposed to use corticosteroids in babesiosis because it is going to cause permanent injury by the bacteria and it can aggravate the situation also. Only in ehrlichiosis, where there is anti-platelet antibodies present in Ehrlichia, we can go for use of corticosteroids. But in babesiosis, strictly speaking, in acute babesiosis, we are not supposed to use corticosteroids. We are not supposed to use corticosteroids. It's
Hello, ma'am. Good evening, madam.
Yes.
Hello.
I am from Karnataka.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Can you hear me, madam?
Yes, I can hear you.
Madam,
yes,
we are regularly vaccinating the animal with reputed vaccines. Madam.
Okay.
But unfortunately, they end up with the same disease what we are going to vaccinate at the end of the life now.
What is the disease? What is it? If you are
that's
perfectly vaccinating, you should not get the disease. You know, with a branded good company when you are using, I think there should not be any problem with the outcome of injuries by any illness, by any infectious
Maybe
agent.
cold chain problem. Maybe cold chain problem.
Probably the vaccine is not properly stored. That could be the reason for it. Yeah.
We are doing a reputed vaccine like DHPPA with oral, no? Madam.
DHPPA, what is the company that you are using?
MSD company.
MSD.
Let us not talk about any particular.
Yeah, we are not supposed to.
One more doubt, madam. Yes. In the early years, we are not having vaccine, distemper and multiple vaccine with rabies, madam. But now the coming companies are coming along with rabies.
Rabies, yes, definitely it's coming with rabies also. But strictly speaking, we are not supposed to give the rabies vaccine before 3 months of age. If the dam is properly immunized during its course of lifetime every year, you know, this antibodies will be definitely acting against the one that you are giving as a vaccine. Right. So always, strictly speaking, this vaccine with rabies should be given only after 3 months. If you want to give a combination of the vaccine, put it after 3 months. Don't go
no problem.
Don't use before 3 months.
Multiple vaccine with rabies after 3 months. Okay.
After 3 months.
Yes. Yeah, thank you, madam.
As per experience, so please suggest me the best vaccination protocol for puppies, ma'am.
Puppies now, because parvoviral enteritis is commonly been found in animals, you know, so you can vaccinate as early as 4 to 5 weeks of age. Previously we were telling 6 weeks, or previously we were telling 8 weeks. Then we came to 6 weeks. Now we are telling to vaccinate 4 to 6 weeks of age. Okay, then after 21 days, the first booster. Then after 21 days, another 1 booster. So you are giving 2 boosters plus the first primary. 1 primary. At the interval of 21 days, 2 boosters we are giving. Okay, but WASAWA says, World Small Animal Veterinary Association clearly says that for parvo control, you should vaccinate the pup you should have immunized the pup on the 14th week of its age. Definitely, it should have been covered on the 14th week of age. So what you have to do is, on the 14th week of age, definitely you have to give another booster. That's so primary plus 3 boosters should be given. So this is the dosage that should be followed. Then in between, rabies should be given after 3 weeks. This is the only protocol that we are following. We don't give vaccination for corona. We are not giving vaccination for corona.
Ma'am, most of them are using the vaccination, giving the vaccination after 2 weeks, sir. The first vaccine was that 4 to 6 weeks, then again they are injecting the 2 weeks only. Is it okay or not?
It's okay. It is not a problem. But only thing is, you have to immunize. That's what. Whatever vaccine you are giving, it should cover on the 14th week of its age also. That's why we give a proper coverage to promote the immunity up to 21 days. So we give a gap of 21 days so that proper immunity will be formed. It takes around 20 to 21 days for the proper immunity to form. Why you want to interfere within 2 weeks itself? Better to give 3 weeks time for giving a booster. So 3 weeks will be ideal, but it's not a problem that you're giving on the 2nd week also. It's not an issue. But only thing is, you need to give many doses. Many doses should be tried. Okay.
Ma'am, at 4 to 6 weeks of age, we can go for DHPPA plus L, na? With lepto also, na?
Without lepto, we can give. Without lepto, we can give. It's not necessary.
Lepto at what age we can give, ma'am?
Lepto, we can start. See, when you are giving 4 to 6 weeks, we can give it the 8th or the 10th week. 8th or the 10th week, we can start with lepto.
So first only DHPP, only DHPP.
DHPP alone can be tried. Then next you can try with DHPPI plus L, then DHPPI plus L. The first dose without lepto. Because lepto is not going to affect at the very early age.
Okay,
because you're giving lot of care to the animals,
Okay.
So puppies usually will not get affected.
So first dose with only DHPP.
DHPP.
Then after 21 days.
Yes.
After 21 days.
Plus. We can start with L. Then another L also we can give.
Ma'am, if you want to give if you want to give corona also, we can give at what age, ma'am?
The first dose should be corona. First vaccine should be corona. At 4 weeks of age, 4 to 6 weeks of age, you have to give corona. 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay, we are giving 75 days, so it is wrong, ma'am.
75 days you are giving, but there is no pathogenicity with the coronavirus. You need not give it at that very old age, almost around 2.5 months, it is not going to affect. Why? Because corona is going to affect only the tips of the villi. And parvo is going to affect the crypt of the villi. That is the base of the villi it is going to affect. It is going to cause severe damage. Whereas corona is affected only the tip of the villi. So not much damage, You need not to bother about vaccination also.
Okay. So if you want to give, you have to give at 4 weeks of age, ma'am.
4 to 6 weeks of age.
If a dog is 30.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute, sir. So if you want to give corona at 4 to 6 weeks, at what time we have to give for DHPP, ma'am?
Then after 15 days you can give, because you are giving a new vaccine only. You are not giving corona. So you can give after 15 days. After 15 days you can start with parvo. That combination parvo, that vaccine can be given. After 15 days.
Thank you.
A dog puppy is coming 35 to 40 days, so we can inject the puppy DP.
Definitely, sir. Puppy DP is also another only preparation with the parvo and distemper. Definitely we can give it. No issues, because both the diseases are very commonly affected at a very young age. So we can give just a puppy DP also.
Thank you.
Now they have come out with a Megavac N also, nasal vaccine. That also can be tried, but I don't know how long.
Is the nasal vaccine effective?
No, sir, we are not trying it. We are not using it, but it is available for parvo. The only thing is the patient, the owner himself can instill the vaccine.
I have tried so many times, but it's not very effective.
Not effective.
Yes, thank you.
See, we cannot speak about any company issues.
Yeah.
If it is not effective, okay, we'll leave it.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Madam, good evening.
Yes.
Please tell me some protocol of vaccination for cats, madam.
Cats, it's a tri-cat vaccine only is available. Feline calcivirus, feline retrovirus, and feline panleukopenia virus. This is available as tri-cat vaccine. Tri-cat vaccine can be given as early as 5 or 6 or 8 weeks of age. Then after 21 days, another vaccine should be given. After 3 months, we need to go for a rabies vaccine. we have to go for a rabies shot. Rabies shot
Then
for cats.
after annual rabies vaccination, we have to give, no, madam?
Definitely annual rabies vaccination is also a must. It's also a must.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
No
Hello, ma'am.
booster for the cat. No booster dose for the cat.
Yeah, definitely. Booster is also to be given. Booster should
Okay.
also be given.
Up
Should
to
also be
21
given.
days.
At least
Yearly
one.
also.
See, at least one booster should be given, and Tricat vaccine should be given annually also. Once it achieves some 3-4 years of age, then we need to bother about the vaccination.
What about the deworming? What about the deworming for the
Deworming for dogs, you should start as early as 15 days of age. As early as 15 days. Usually we will think why we are deworming. Because once the puppy is left outside, he can pick up any infection. And within 15 days, it's going to become a mature pup. So at 15 days of age, it is definitely a must to vaccinate, to deworm a puppy. And the deworming puppies should be done with a single drug only. It should be done with pyrantel palmate. Pyrantel palmate available as Pyrazole or Pyrate or Nemosit. All many preparations are available in the market. Powersil. Any drug which has got only pyrantel palmate should be given deworming on 15th day. Till it becomes 3 months, you have to deworm once in 15 days. Every 15 days till it becomes 3 months, you have to deworm. That they can do it at home. Then after 3 months, you have to deworm it every 1 month till it becomes 6 months of age. After 6 months, you have to deworm once in 2 months. Once in 2 months, 2 months till it becomes 1 year of age. After 1 year, no problem with the parasite. So we can deworm once in 6 months. Once in 6 months. Hope you understand, sir. Hope you
Yeah.
can follow it. Yeah.
What
So
about the
first
cat deworming? Cat deworming?
cat is also the same, sir. Same like dogs only. We have to deworm at an young age only. Almost around 1 month of age for a cat, we have to deworm. With pyrate. Pyrate is good. Pyrate is good. Pyrantel palmate is good.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Which
dogs,
IV
every
fluid
time-
should we use in jaundice?
Sir.
Which IV fluid should be used in jaundice with leptospirosis?
Leptospirosis. That's what,
Yes,
sir. Leptospirosis. That's what I already told you. This protocol of taking the hematology and biochemistry is very important. If the biochemistry shows renal injury is there, don't go for RL. Just start with DNS. Check for the potassium status. If potassium is normal, go for RL. Otherwise, don't go for RL. If the potassium is very high, if there is anuria or oliguria, don't give RL because potassium levels will become very high. Don't give RL. Start with DNS. If potassium is very low, say 2.5 milliequivalents per liter, definitely you should start with RL. You should start. It all depends on the levels of potassium. If the potassium is normal, give RL. Potassium is more, don't give RL. This is the norm that should be followed. This is the norm that should
Hello,
be followed.
ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, what's the role of using azithromycin in D. Gibsoni treatment, ma'am?
Azithromycin and atavecchion. It is going to destroy the pathogen because this Babesia gibsoni invades the cellular structures of the various tissues also. This is going to destroy the pathogen. Yes, it reaches various tissues. It has been observed in various tissues also. So this azithromycin in combination with atavecchion, it is going to destroy the Babesia gibsoni pathogen. Babesia gibsoni.
In parvo cases, we can give the amino acids also.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir. If there is no oral intake, no enteral intake, we have to give a parenteral infusion with amino acids also.
How much kg how much ml per kg?
Sir, I have showed you, no, sir, that amino acids can be given at 2.5 ml per kg body.
2.5.
2.5 ml per kg body.
Right.
Ma'am, in case of hyperkalemia, how can treat?
Hyperkalemia, sir, we have to promote diuresis, sir. Because hyperkalemia occurs whenever there is only urine stasis. Whenever there is anuria to oliguria, you will find hyperkalemia. So try to promote diuresis in this anemia. Try to promote diuresis. in these animals. We can have
Sodium
correct.
bicarbonate and calcium sandwich help in this case?
Calcium, sir, we have to be very careful for using calcium as well as bicarbonate only in the referral sections. If you are very careful enough, we can choose bicarbonate. Otherwise, it is going to produce alkalosis also, and it is going to cause detrimental effect. We have to check for the anion gap, and then only we have to use the bicarbonate. Simply, we cannot use bicarbonate. Of course, we can use binders like phosphate binders because phosphorus and potassium are equally been present too much in acute renal failure cases. We can use phosphate binders along with that. And for potassium, if it is very high, then we need to promote only diuresis. Diuresis is the best step to promote potassium levels, and don't give RL for those animals.
Ma'am, in case of hypothermia, temperature dog temperature is 106, 7 or 8, or dog in severe tachypnea or tachycardia, or preventricular contraction are there. How can manage?
Sir, if it is 106 or 107, that means it is not due to an infectious cause. It is due to a non-infectious cause. First thing we have to rule out heat stress or any other
maybe
metabolite.
heat stroke or maybe protozoal infection.
Protozoal infection, usually it will not exceed 106. Any infectious cause, the temperature will not exceed 106 degree Fahrenheit. If it is 107, you have to think of toxic events, or you have to think of heat stress, possibility of heat stress. We have to reduce the heat stress by giving lot of fluid. Yes, sir.
Which fluid is better, ma'am? In those conditions, which fluid is better, ma'am?
Fluid ideal choice will be, we can combine fluids, DNS and RL can be given. DNS and RL or D5 with RL can be given. Or there is a best solution, we call it as a multiple electrolyte solution. Multiple electrolyte solution, we call it MES. Multiple electrolyte solution, which has got 5% dextrose with electrolytes. 5% dextrose with all electrolytes are essential electrolytes are present in that. That will be the ideal choice for that. Ideal choice.
Dose rate, ma'am? Dose rate?
Dose rate, it depends on the severity of the condition. It can be going as well from 10 ml to 30 ml per kg body weight. 10 ml to 30 ml per kg body weight. And if it is very severe, we can go even for 50 to 90 ml. 50 to 90 ml. The patient is severely dehydrated.
Is MES is human preparation, ma'am?
MES is not a human preparation. Everything is a human preparation. We see it's all off-label preparation. You have any fluids for veterinary use? All the preparations are human.
No, Intalite is there, ma'am, for veterinary. Like
that is mainly for the
large
large animal practice. Large animal practice is done.
Madam, good evening, madam.
One more doubt, ma'am.
Ma'am, what chloroquine does in treatment of ehrlichiosis, ma'am?
Pardon? What's that?
What chloroquine tabs does in treatment of ehrlichiosis?
Chloroquine. This reduces the release of TNF alpha and reduces the incidence of sepsis, as well as in combination with the doxycycline, it is going to cause the DNA gyrase activity and produces killing of the pathogen also. We kill the pathogen. But we are in a trial stage only. See, we are not totally saying that it is very effective. Only for our studies purpose, we have used it and we have found a wonderful recovery also. Chloroquine 2.5 milligram per kg in divided doses. Yes. Chloroquine is available as
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. It's available as 500 milligram tablet. So we have to be very careful in using that.
Madam, good evening, madam.
Thank you so much.
Madam, treatment of B. gibsoni, the second treatment, diamenase citrate and imidocarb clindamycin.
Yes.
Why should we give what is the reason behind the 1 hour gap and the clindapyr is started from next day onwards? Can you explain me, madam?
Exactly, it is not as per our ideas. It is from the literature. They have tried it abroad in various countries. You know, there is one literature which has showed that diamenacin should be given after imidocarb, before imidocarb, 1 hour after imidocarb. Before imidocarb, first you give diamenacin, then after 1 hour you give imidocarb, then after that clindamycin. This is the protocol that's been given by a vet from abroad. is a literature available. So accordingly, we followed that literature and we tried in our clinical studies for a research student. And there was some improvement. We can say that complete recovery is not possible with Gibsonite, but there is some recovery with this particular drug combination. Yes.
Occasionally, we are hearing anaphylaxis with antacids, that is pantoprazole. You come across any such incidents, ma'am?
Definitely not. You have to use it at the right dosage. Right dosage usage is very, very important. If you use a good company, there's again off-label preparations are available only. Because Pantopet is a tablet available for veterinary, but otherwise it's all off-label preparations for the from the human side only. We can try using it carefully, slowly. IV is very good, no issues at all. We have not found any anaphylaxis with pantoprazole. Probably
IV is better, ma'am.
Yeah, IV is the best choice. You should not be given IM.
Dose rate, ma'am.
See, it should be connected. It should be connected only in the fluid channel. And 10 milligram per kg body weight is a dose.
100 milligram per kg body weight.
10 milligram per kg. 10 milligram per kg body weight, not 100.
Okay. Only in infusion.
Infusion only we have to give.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
What is the treatment for leptospirosis?
Leptospirosis. Whenever you get a case of acute leptospirosis, immediately you can start with any drug. You can start, the best treatment is cefotaxime. The another drug which you can try is amoxicillin with fluoxetine. Another drug is penicillin. Anything you can try immediately for 5 days. After that, to remove the leptospiruria from the urine, we have to start with doxycycline. First, initially start. You start with the cefotaxime or ceftriaxone or even penicillin drugs. Penicillin combination drugs are very effective for leptospirosis. Because we are not using penicillin, the exact procaine penicillin, we can try with amoxicillin as fluoxetine or benzyl penicillin also. You can try penicillin drugs or cephalosporin drugs for 5 days. Then start with the other drugs, doxycycline to remove the leptospiruria. Yes.
Should we use furosemide in case of
leptospirosis? Definitely, when there is anuria to oliguria to anuria, furosemide dosing is very, very important. After giving fluids only, you have to use furosemide. And if there is cases of urine, you have to remove through cystosectomy. Otherwise, whatever fluid you are going to give is going to increase the load and it's going to cause injury.
Ma'am, why you are recommending only single drug, ma'am? Pyrantel for deworming?
Because when you use a combination of drugs, you are totally injuring the animal at a young age. When you're giving, when you're giving praziquantel, this is not at all essential, no? Tapeworms are present. If your tapeworms are there, you can use praziquantel. If there are no tapeworms, why do you want to unnecessarily the animal with dosing with prazi and then trouble the animal?
Okay. Up to which age only single drug, ma'am?
So not it's up to or this easy pet can be given after 6 months of age. Easy pet.
After 6 months.
After 6 months you can do it.
So before that, better to give only for single drug.
Single drug can be given. But now a lot of combinations of therapy has come. Pibantel with pyrantel.
Pibantel, pyrantel,
palmate has come. Even praziquantel. Please don't try. Give a single drug only because you want to keep changing the drug because there is also anthelmintic resistance happening in our dogs. So you have to be very careful. You have to be careful.
Role of metronidazole in parvovirus treatment.
Pardon? Metronidazole. Yeah, parvo cases, we can try combination of therapy because whenever there is injury to the intestinal barrier, definitely bacteria is going inside. We are definitely not knowing, why we are giving antibiotics, mainly for the bacteria. Bacteria can be positive or negative. Either bacteria can go inside. Okay. So if you give combination therapy with the metronidazole and your regular antibiotics, this is also going to act on the anaerobic organism. Lot of anaerobes are also there. So if you give metronidazole, it will have a good effect.
Okay.
But anaerobes.
So 15 mg per kg body weight, same dose.
Yeah, 50 mg per kg body weight. If it is the animal is so weak, you can start even with 30 milligram per kg. 30 to 50 mg per kg body weight IV. And that is available as a sachet. So that can be given IV along with the antibiotic. And we are trying here with, sepsis cases, parvo with a severe temperature, not reducing. We are giving taxim and cefotaxime, plus amikacin. Amikacin also we are trying. Amikacin. The dosage of 2 milligram per kg body weight. It's having very good results also. Very good effect.
Both antibiotic, Eximen,
Yeah,
amikacin.
amikacin. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Very good presentation, and you cleared doubts very patiently.
But
ma'am.
then
Thank
I
you very
was
much.
really annoyed because lot of PowerPoints, the damage were being done. I don't know who has done it, but I felt really, ashamed also.
No, you have to remove that participants, ma'am. Actually, if you face problem, it's better to remove them, ma'am.
But we do not know exactly who has done it, because we are presenting also.
Yeah, their name will be highlighted, ma'am. When they are going to disturb, their name will be highlighted. Ma'am.
But in the PowerPoints, I could not get that at all. That's why I could not find out. But I was little annoyed with this.
Because it's also very disturbing for us also, ma'am, actually.
Yeah, I don't know who has done it, but very little annoyed.
Anyhow, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So, ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am. It was very useful. And, ma'am, again, ma'am, from all the participants, we have to take, ma'am, one promise from you, ma'am. Hello.
Hello.
Ma'am, from all the participants, we need a promise from you that you will be going to interact every like whenever possible for you.
Yeah,
whenever
sir.
possible for you. It was very useful. Your presentation, your PPT was very useful, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving so much of time.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
It's a wonderful webinar.
That was a wonderful
webinar.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll leave the meeting, sir. I will leave. Yeah.
Thank you, Gupta.
Thank you so much. And your guidance was very, sir, your guidance really helpful. Dr. Ram.
Hello.
And Dr. Sanjeev Nehru.
Thank you, Gupta. Thank you, Nerji. Thank you, Nerji.
Thank you, Dr. Ramurthy, sir. Dr. Ramurthy, we will recently start within a few days. We will present on the pyometra, on the gynecological. Right, sir? So
Okay,
Dr.
sure.
Ramurthy, we will definitely do with yours.
Sure.
Right, sir?
Yes, sir.
I
Sure.
will bring some good lecture.
Mr. Mohit Gupta?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is we will next, our webinar will be on the pyometra. So we will search on the good speaker or maybe the whatever Dr. Ramurthy will suggest. Dr. Ramurthy will suggest.
Sir,
Right,
sir, Dr. Ramamurthy will suggest us. We will take the call.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You send that video. And that
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
sir. Thank you, Dr. Sanjeev Nehru. Thank you so much, sir. Once again.
You
Yeah,
shown that video.
Sorry?
That video. You shown that video.
The video?
Promotional video, huh?
Sir,
You
yeah,
send it to
recording. I can send the recording video to everyone.
Yeah, send
Yes,
to me.
sir.
I will show in my group, no? The promotional video, your promotional video.
Okay, so I will
The
send to
token
you,
of
sir.
thank note. I will show in my group.
Okay, sure, sir. Sure. We will forward to you the video, sir. To all of you.
No, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
सबके लिए मीटिंग बंद करो ना।